Hey, this is Tim Budig from All Star City Blues, and you are listening to Scratch the Vinyl. This was let's we'll go to about 2001 is when I really first, like you mentioned, open jams, right? So that was, and pun intended, instrumental in me becoming a guitar player. So hitting open jams, jamming with other people. Um, there was, and one of my bandmates today, his name's Brad Hayes. He and another guy named Matt Richardson, who owns Blue Raven Music Studios now. But back then, they were hosting an open jam at Bodega's Alley on Mondays. So I went down there, and this is one of my favorite stories. It's one of my favorite stories to tell. Because I started going down there when I was real green, maybe only been playing guitar for a couple of years, but I knew I wanted to get better, and I knew this was going to really like turbocharge that process. So I go down there, and there's this dude that gets up, and he's got like a ponytail. He looks real cool. He's got like sideburns and a soul patch, and he gets up on stage and he's burning it up, man. He just sounds so good, and he sings and he plays like a freaking mofo. And I'm like sitting there, and I know I'm supposed to go on next, and I'm getting I'm like, I don't know, like getting a little intimidated. Like I know it's not all about me, and I know it's just about us coming together and doing what we do. But man, it's hard not to feel a little bit like intimidated when there's someone up there that's just levels above you. And so I told those guys, they said, Tim, you ready to play? And that, oh, by the way, that cat's name was Jason Davis. So he had a band around town, Baby Jason and the Spankers. He's now playing with Earl and them down in Fayetteville. He's based out of Arkansas now, and he's a bad man, still is, and he was back then. So they said, Tim, it's your spot. Your set's up next. You ready? And I was like, nope. And they're like, what do you mean no? I'm like, I don't think I want to play this week, guys. They're like, why not? And I'm like, that guy that just went, Jason? They're like, yeah. I'm like, he's really good. And they're like, well, so? And I'm like, I'm not anywhere near that good. And they're like, yeah, how you going to get better? I'm like, that's true. I was like, I'm just not feeling it this week. I'll come back next week. And then my buddy Brad put his arm around my shoulder and he goes, Tim, and kind of like pointed at the stage. He said, you see that stuff up on stage there? That's your guitar and your amplifier. He's like, you mean to tell me you drove all the way down here tonight, brought your guitar and amp, put it on stage, just so you could take it off stage and go home and not play? And I was like, okay. I was like, you're right. I'll jump up. So I jumped up and, in my opinion, stunk it up. But, honestly, I don't even remember anymore. I pushed through it. I did it. I kept coming back. And eventually, I faked it until I'm kind of making it. What can you say?
Love that story.
Yeah.
That's just awesome. Like it can be so humbling. There's much are now like that. That's awesome.
Well, I can't imagine following a guy like that. I would have had the same response. I would have been like, no, I'm good. Like I watched him turn it like, no way.
Yeah. Yep. No, basically what he said.
Everybody needs a Brad, a Brad friend to make you push you a little bit more and push you a little bit harder. You can only do so much like going to the gym. If I'm around people, I'm really working out. I'm at home. I'm like, oh yeah, I went up the stairs. You need somebody to really push you, and that's cool. And that would be scary too. I've had to do things like that as well where, okay, you're up next. And I'm like, no, I'm not. I can't talk all of a sudden. Yeah.